to do something kind of special every year, and I think this is probably the appropriate time to do that, is we try to recognize folks that really go above and beyond the call of duty to help us out what we're doing in this state. They're behind the scenes that really do some fantastic things for us. And last year, as you can recall, is we gave out something called the Stilwell Award. And it was the first year it was given out. Bill, for many years behind the scenes, and Bill, why don't you come on up here for a minute? How you doing, Bill? Come on up. Bill, we love you anyway.
I know, I try hard. Hi, David. How are you?
So last year we recognized Bill, as you can recall, is the guy behind the scenes that really helped keep the listserv service up across the state. So we wanted to do that, and so the person we're getting ready to recognize, I've asked to watch the webcast. They do not know this is getting ready to happen. But this is a person that for many years has also gone behind the scenes to help us out tremendously with the KETS program. And I'll open this up. This looks a little bit different than yours. Well, I'll let you identify. Isn't that pretty cool? Now, I hope you're watching.
Oh, the suspenders.
So Bill's known for his
Please duly
suspenders.
note. Please duly note. Like on Jeopardy.
Wow, very nice.
So Bill,
So cool, man.
read the front of it. This is not yours. This is for somebody else. Okay? Read it off for me.
Are you making fun of my suspenders?
No, I'm not. I love your suspenders.
All right, it says, Kentucky Department of Education for personal dedication and outstanding service and educational technology to the teachers and children of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. The Stilwell Award.
For 2009 goes to
Robert Tarvin, School Facilities Construction Commission. 3 cheers.
Thank you, David. That's quite a surprise. First time you ever invited me to one of these conferences. And I guess I have to win an award to get to come. I appreciate it. Very surprised. Thank you.
We're going to let Bob speak in just a minute because we'll give him a speaking role here in a little bit. But what you don't realize for people behind the scenes is Bob's been here from the very beginning when KETS was established. And he works at the School Facility Construction Commission, and besides doing the things for the buildings, he champions the KETS funds, the KETS trust funds for us. An outstanding partnership we've had with him through many years. And what he does for us behind the scenes is he works with legislators, he works with school superintendents, works with media, works with a lot of different folks, and trying to explain what the KETS funds is, what it goes toward, and really make sure it's going toward the appropriate things. Even the interest we gain on the trust fund accounts, which we give and offers of assistance, there's a lot of people that have what I call the big I for the KETS trust fund. And Bob does an outstanding job of making sure people know what that was set up to do and the purpose of it. So as you recall, in the past couple of webcasts, we've asked for nominations from school districts across the state. And people have spoken, and they've selected Bob Tarvin as our 2009 Stilwell Award winner. So one more time, round of applause. Now, Bob, I've got you totally off guard. I caught you totally by surprise.
You really did.
We'll give you a chance to speak, and you can talk about anything you want to.
No. Well, yeah, I am surprised. Really kind of shocked. For those of you who don't really understand the School Facilities Commission, it's a separate corporation that was started by the legislature in 1987 to help schools build buildings. And then when the KERA came along, they also added in the early 90s the responsibility of administering the technology funds. So that's how we're related. But we're really a part of the finance cabinet. We're attached to the finance. We're not part of the Department of Education, so we're kind of an agency that sets to ourselves. We're a small agency, and we're just kind of over here by ourselves. So we're just involved with different people in different ways. But that's what the commission is. So we do a lot in construction, and that's actually in our name, School Facilities Construction Commission. It's a big mouthful, so most people call us SFCC. That's what we're known by. But we have two major missions. One is construction, the other is technology. I've been excited and a part of technology because when I came aboard in the early 90s, it was under Secretary Malloy, who was the administration and finance secretary at that point. And most people don't realize it, but at that point in time, the legislature in 1993 had told the finance cabinet they were responsible to roll out education technology. They were kind of flustered with some things that had happened, I guess, and that's usually a legislative means of saying things. They say, okay, Secretary of Finance, you do it. The theory being, if you control the money, you can control anything. So for the first 2 or 3 years, I was involved. I actually was involved with Secretary Malloy because the Department of Education and the Finance Secretary was working with something called a advisory technology committee that was involved with the University of Kentucky people and local people. And we've come a long way, thank goodness, from that early stages. And I am really proud to be a part of what we have now. I think one of the best systems in the United States if we look around in terms of what education is involved. So basically our role at this point, instead of being involved like we were many years ago, is just to administer dollars, and that's what we get to do. And sometimes it's kind of hard. I remember one of my early mentors told me that when you set back and you're away and you administer, it's really hard to touch success. So meetings like this really, are a pleasure to me to see the actual children. You see it happen. Otherwise, most of us who sit in Frankfurt can look at a lot of numbers and a lot of reports and kind of forget what we're all about sometimes. And you don't get that instant gratification because the program you planned for 2 years ago, and you have the same thing, Dot, I think is happening, down here, and you're already on the next stage. Yes. So you don't get that gratification that you got when you used to coach or teach, and you saw that instant result. So it's really a pleasure for me to be a part of this meeting today. And I'm also thrilled, Dot, to come because